All right. So welcome. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing? Good.
Good.
Feeling okay?
Getting lots of rest.
So weird, right?
Yeah.
I still don't understand. I'm like, stay home? Yesterday, I got chased by a bee for a long time. It was weird.
I feel like there's more than that.
Okay, so bees were a little crazy yesterday. So then I was spreading compost at the bottom of a tree, and all of a sudden I hear like, and I was like, oh shit. So I like take off running, right? And it like apparently got caught up in my hair. So it's like in my hair and I'm rolling around. I think it keeps getting out of my hair and then getting back in my hair. And then it was real angry. It was like running around the yard and I was like, no, help me. And he was like laughing, like he's like, what are you doing? And then I guess I ran back over it because I didn't realize there was a swarm. I must have like hit a branch. And then a bunch of bees started following me, and then they kind of tapered off, except for the one that's like revenge, so keep getting caught in my hair. And I eventually like run to, Joe's like videotaping it, you know, he's trying to get it on Instagram. I'm like, don't you fucking post that. And I run to the front yard, and Corey was bringing us compost. And then he was laughing at me, and then I run around the front yard for a bit, and the bee's still chasing me. It was so long. And then I run into the garage, and Joe's like, the bee's still behind you. And I was like, no way. And I run into the garage, in through the door, shut the door, and the bee like gets stopped by the door. It was ridiculous. It was and he go out for like an hour. I was like, no way. So that was the hardest I've run in a very long time. It was weird. So happy Tuesday, friends.
No.
Today is an auspicious day, actually. Tuesdays are an auspicious day, and it's also the day that can traditionally be devoted to Hanuman, right? We can worship in our own, you know, of course, as embodiments of our own divine nature, as archetype, the archetype of Hanuman being that which is one-pointed focus and strength and courage and wisdom and everything like that human beings have within themselves, and that when we bring out that we
Adriane, can I interrupt you? Could you mute us all, because someone's got something playing in the background and it's super hard to like, we're getting, at least on my end, I don't know if anyone else.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Of course. Mute all. Perfect. Yeah. So the day of, so this is a day of great auspicious, and the reason that we bring Hanuman in is because on Tuesdays are ruled by the planet of Saturn, and Saturn brings in mischievousness and a little bit of grumpiness and sadness. So we counter that by bringing in that energy of Hanuman. So today, the story I told on Sunday was the story of the great leap, right? So I've told the story before where Hanuman and you know all the band of monkeys and possibly giant bears go to the edge of essentially the world, right? And they're at the edge, and they're hopeless, and they don't know where to go and what to do and how to find the damsel Sita, right? And she is somewhere, and so Hanuman and the other monkeys were about to die and starve to death instead of go back to the monkey king Sugriva and sure enough be punished. So Hanuman, eventually they get informed by this great bird that he saw Ramana, the evil demon, taking Sita over to Lanka. So Hanuman, does his whole thing and he takes his great leap. And so the story of the leap is so interesting because there's a lot of fear that we can encounter in taking these great leaps. And right now I feel like we're all on a leap. We're like, where are we going? What are we going to find? What are we going to do? What are we going to, what is going to come in our path? And Hanuman, he has so much grace and awareness and beauty that he invokes that within, always moving within. So his first obstacle that he came to was that the king, and this is quite a great obstacle, was a sweet offering. The king Varuna saw his great mission to rescue Sita. So Varuna sends up these ancient mountains that have been under siege for so long, and they come up, and Hanuman is flying, in his great, splits, flying across. And he sees this, but Hanuman isn't distracted by taking a rest. He didn't want to take a rest, the rest that Varuna was offering. He's like, no, I have to keep going. I have to stay one-pointed focus. So Hanuman touches the top of the mountains as to say thank you, but I don't need it right now. And so he continues on his leap, and the first demoness he comes across, the serpent queen, she stands in his way, just waiting, and she's big and mighty and standing in his way, and he becomes giant, right? He makes himself big, but her gaping mouth becomes bigger, and he becomes bigger, and then she becomes bigger, and there's no way that he can work in this way, making himself bigger and scarier. So what he does is makes himself small as a thumb, because she said to him, the only way that you are passing or anybody can pass me is by entering my mouth. So Hanuman makes himself as small as a thumb, because remember, she's giant and gaping, and he goes into her mouth and out through her nostril, and he says, there you go, you have to let me go. And she's like, you've outsmarted me, Hanuman. Continue on your journey. And so he continues, and he's leaping, and all of a sudden he feels this tug, right? And this tug going back. And Hanuman realizes that another demoness that lives in the deep depths of the ocean, and the way that she catches her prey is by eating their shadows and catching their shadows. And so instead of Hanuman cutting away his shadow, because Hanuman has all the siddhis, he has all the powers, he can do whatever he wants, he turns himself around, and he of course wants his shadow part to be a part of him, right? All the darkness is also what makes us. And he confronts the demoness, and she gets this giant gaping hole, and he makes himself big at first, and he's like, wait a minute, I've learned this lesson before. So he becomes so tiny and enters her claws and her mouth, and he makes his way into her belly, and he starts to scratch out through her intestines, and then he expands himself and becomes bigger, and she just breaks herself in half, because she's pretty evil and didn't want to he's getting rid of that. So and he continues on and eventually lands. So this is the path, right? And we might find that there's a lot of darkness, but we continue on, and we allow that be part of our work, part of our devotion, and we pause and we look within. So close your eyes and bring awareness to your breath, please. Okay. And I'm gonna try to use this microphone here so that you see what happens. Everything's a big experiment, but just continue to breathe. Look in within. You guys hear me okay? Just thumbs up. Okay, good. Sorry, I wasn't sure. Close your eyes and just allow yourself to move within your breath. Then bring your hands to your heart center. We'll begin with 3 ohms, the Niralamba invocation. And if you're not familiar with it, please allow us to welcome you, allow me to welcome you in, and later I can send you the notes from the music. So take a deep breath. And bowing in deeply, fully with awareness. Bring your hands to your lap. Open the eyes and lift the gaze. Beautiful. So simply come standing to the front of your mat. We'll move the body and then we'll move down with it. So here at the front of your mat, stand with your feet parallel and hip distance. Yeah. And just take a breath, right? Take the toes off of the ground. And just notice, as you stand here, notice what happens if you just shift the weight of your body, and you can spread your toes wide and just spread them across the mat. Just take a breath here, just shifting the weight a bit. And then inhale, make the legs strong, right? So now lift the kneecaps, move the inner thighs back and apart, right? And if it helps you to do this, to just lift the toes, you can absolutely do that as well, and that's okay, right? And as you inhale, take the legs straight, keep the inner thighs back and apart, tone up the low belly, soften the front of the ribs, and just let your arms hang kind of monkey-like here. It's all right. Some freedom in the shoulder joint. Then tone up the belly if you lost that. Pull the chest up and out, still out, allowing the arms to hang here in their natural spot. Take your ears back and just feel the breath in the body. Good. Feel your connection to the earth and even push more strongly into the feet and see how that tones the rest of the body. And then as you inhale, open the eyes and bring the arms up to the sky. And take an exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, feeling the breath there. As you inhale, bring your palms to your shins and shift, keep your weight more forward, right? So the feet, the weight's evenly distributed through the four corners of the feet. Move the inner thighs back and apart, tone the belly. And then exhale, bend your knees and bow in. Just kind of feel the hamstrings. And you can even take your hands to the backs of the legs and like feel the legs a bit. Feel the backs of the legs. You can even massage it a bit. If you want, take your hands like so. Just give yourself like a little pat, right? Just like an open kind of fist. I'm aggressive. She really likes to give. You get your butt in there. It's so good for you. I know, it's so good. All right, and then just release your arms and your legs and let your body hang. Then inhale, look up again. Spread the toes wide across the mat. Move the inner thighs back and apart. Even tone the butt here and see, can you figure out what that feels like to tone the butt here? Yeah, get that nice curve. And if you find that you feel your low back, if you find that you're rounding it all, make sure you can come up as much as you need to keep that curve. And you can keep that there always. Exhale, bend and fold. Inhale, stand up and stretch your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, again, bring the arms up to the sky. And then interlace your fingers and take your pointer fingers up to the sky, kind of like Charlie. Okay. Take a deep breath here, thighs back, belly back, inhale. And then as you exhale, lean to the left side of the room. Keep the ribs back, shoulders back, ears back, and stretch over. Inhale, come back to center, and then lean over to the right. Thighs back, belly back, stretch, stretch, stretch. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, the arms move up to the sky again. Exhale, take a forward fold, 10 fingertips down. Inhale, or the Uttanasana, you can keep your hands on your hips for now. Exhale, plant the hands, move back top of the cushion. And hold the earth here. Make the breath strong. Intention and awareness inward. We invoke the archetype of Hanuman to give us strength and give us courage through this time to face our own demons, to face the demons outside of us. Move forward to the tippy toes, and you can just drop your knees, squeeze the shoulders on the back, drop the chest and the chin. This can be our alternative for Chaturanga Dandasana, the half push-up. Come onto the belly. Take a deep breath again. Shoulders on the back. Every toenail onto the ground. Bring your heart forward and up. Keep every toenail pressing. Keep the belly tone, even like pay attention. Can you move inward a bit? And then pull the heart up and out. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep the arm bones lifting towards the front of the room. Keep the neck relaxed. Keep every fingertip and the inner hand pressing down. Don't lose that. Stay steady and devoted in your awareness, in your body. Bend your knees and spread your pinky toes wide, and then widen the pelvis. Pull the low belly in, and your heel might not go towards the ground, and that's okay. Big breath here. Inhale, look up, and you can
hot step or walk front of the mat. As you inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold and bow. Inhale, follow the breath to stand up, stretch your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, again, the arms move up. Exhale, take a forward fold, 10 fingertips to the ground. Now, Surya Namaskara, A, inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands. Let's just walk back again this time to plank pose. Take a breath here. Move forward to the tippy toes. Make the arms strong, the legs strong. Bend the elbows, chaturanga. Drop the hips. Cobra for now. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Again, readjusting. Right. Surya, the sun, was the teacher of Hanuman. And Hanuman, to give his payment to his guru, he created the sun salutations to honor him. So we do this beautiful practice to allow us to move within and to honor that rising and setting sun. Big breath here. Then inhale, come up high to the tippy toes. Bend the knees, look forward, hop, step, or walk in front of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway, long spine. Exhale, fold and bow, bend in. Inhale, stand up and stretch to the sky, reach it up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do it again, this time with the breath. Inhale. It's always with the breath. Exhale, forward fold.
This time you need to breathe.
Inhale, half lift. Plant your hands. You can hop, step, or walk back through your vinyasa chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog, whatever is you're ready for. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. And again, we create this inner world where we pay attention to the body, right? Pay attention to what our mind does. We create mindfulness. This is all yoga, right? The meditation, the asana, the pranayama, the mantra, it all is mindfulness practice. Good. Inhale, look up. Bend your knees. Hop, step, or walk. As you inhale, look up halfway. Fold and bow, exhale. Inhale, stand up, stretch to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale again, one more time with the breath. Exhale, Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha or Bhujangasana, and exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Keep the undersides of the arms lifted, the neck soft, the jaw relaxed, the curve in the low back. And this is going to be our primary focus here, really that curve, right? To make the legs strong, spread the pinkies wide, move the inner thighs back to get that curve, then pull the low belly and pull the ribs. Big breath here. Devote yourself to becoming still and aware and moving with it. Come up to the tippy toes, look forward, hop, step, or walk. Look up with the breath. Bow in, exhale. Inhale, stand up. Hands to heart center. Good, release the hands, bring your feet together. Bend your knees, bring the fingers back around the heels, however you can. Big breath here, thighs back, belly in, and then inhale, Utkatasana. You can have the hands more forward if the shoulders are tight. And then exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana again. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. So taking it slow this time. Take your right foot between your thumbs. Turn your back foot at a 45-degree angle. Bend into the front knee, arms up to the sky. And let's just take a moment here. Take your right hand to your right thigh. Squeeze into the midline and move your inner left thigh back in a arch, right? Widen the pelvis, right? So thinking we're widening here. Pull the low belly in, bend into the front knee. Lift that left kneecap. Hard not to if you're doing the work. Arms up to the sky. And again, arms could be more forward if the shoulders are tight. Otherwise, arms alongside the ears. Belly in, bend in. Take a breath here. Put your hands down onto the ground. Move back. Exhale will take you all the way to your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take your left foot between the thumbs. Turn your back foot down at a 45-degree angle. And do look at that foot. Make sure that it is down at a 45 angle. Arms up because we did it last time. Then put your hands on your front knee. Tongue the legs to the midline, spread the pinky toes wide, and then widen the pelvis. Take your inner right thigh back and apart, inner left thigh back and apart. Pull the low belly in, the ribs in, bend into the front knee, bring yourself more vertical, arms up to the sky, or more up and down. Perpendicular. Big breath. Devote yourself here. Put your hands down to the ground. And again, the exhale takes you to chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. We'll take 5 breaths. Focused, aware, with intention. Good. Inhale, come up high to the tippy toes. Bend the knees, hop, step, walk. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, bow and fold. Bring your feet together. Inhale, Utkatasana, prayer pose. Stand up. One breath, one movement, building heat now. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Right away, right foot goes between the thumb, left heel down. Inhale, bring it up. As you start to exhale, bring it down. The exhale takes you all the way to your chaturanga. It's that half push-up, and the inhale moves you forward and up, cobra, dog. Exhale, left foot, right away. Back heel down. Inhale it up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Best day ever. Arm bones lift. Upper back in, belly strong, thighs up. Breathe. And we face ourselves. We face all the things, the fears and the discomforts, and we invite it close so we can have a cup of tea with it and see what's happening here. Inhale, come up high to the tippy toes. Bend your knees, hop, step, walk, front of the back. Look up with the breath. Exhale, bend in, touch the toes. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand up, last one. Inhale, Utkatasana. Uttanasana, forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha Danda. And exhale, that's not the way it's called. Right foot between the thumbs, left foot down, bring it up. It went. Exhale. Chaturanga, take your whole exhale down. If you need extra breaths, please take them. Inhale, forward, exhale. Down dog right away, right foot or left foot forward. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe. Feel the energy starting to build. Let every adjustment you make be intentional, with awareness and not distracted. Hanuman would not allow himself to get distracted. He is devoted. This strengthens the mind, the will to overcome the mind stuff. Inhale, come up high. Bend your knees, hop, step, walk. Look up with the breath. Bow in, exhale, touch the toes. Inhale, lift the tops. Exhale. Pause. Feel the breath in the body. Feel the movement. What it does for you. Beautiful. Arms up to the sky now. Take a forward fold. Take your right foot back behind you. Drop the right knee. Bring your hands up to your front thigh. And again, we do the actions. We press down, we squeeze to the midline, spread the pinky toes wide, and then widen the pelvis. Move. Can you make more space? Can you get this curve in the low back? And if you can't, just like feel. Then pull the low belly in, soften the ribs down, pull your heart up. Then the arms move up, bend in. Find the curve again, belly in. Anjaneya asana. Another name for Hanuman is Anjaneya, son of Anjana. Right? Breathe. One more inhale here. Now take your hands down to the ground. Lift your back knee, move back, down dog, simply. Take your right foot between your thumbs. Drop the back knee, squeeze in, front hand to your front thigh. Tone to the midline and widen the pelvis. Pull the low belly in, pull the ribs down. Bring yourself upright, arms up to the sky. Bend in deep. Let the action, find action in the feet. Find action in the midline, eyes back, belly in, heart up and out. Bend in deep to that front knee as you find that curve. Pull up and out. Big breath here. Put your hands down to the ground. Move back, down dog. Put the shins down onto the ground. Now here, take your right whole shin and take it across your left calf. And you can even bring the left foot closer to the right. Then sit back. Yes. Get into the backs of the legs here. I wanted to move us before we get a little more still. Hi, look at that. Yeah. So here, I'll start to saw my calf muscle with my right, yeah. Yeah, just saw a little bit. Just breaking. And if you have any feet things going on, this is really good for the feet. Waking up the backs of the legs, releasing some tension, just some fascial work here. Take an inhale here. Exhale, keeps on. You can reposition if that feels good. If this is absolutely excruciating for your knee, put your shin closer to the back of the knee and see if that helps.
It's real intense.
Okay, we'll put it down.
It's good. It's a good, right?
It's good, yeah. Yeah, ooh, feel the difference there. Now take your left shin across your right calf and sit back. Ooh.
When you take it across, are you like mid or up by the knee or down by the hip?
So if you have knee stuff going on, put it closer to the knee. If you, right now I have it in the medius part of my calf. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, where you have the most muscle, that's where I'm targeting. It's a little bit easier to get to. And just breathe.
Adriane, how is this for you? Is this intense?
I do it often enough that it's not like I'm used to it. So yeah.
Because you have strong calves.
Yeah, I don't do anything to them. They're just naturally weird big calves. I don't understand it. Okay, and great, one big breath here. Keeps on. And you can even bring the shin back like underneath the meaty part. Just feel what that feels like. A little more tender there for me. Beautiful. Now put your knees down. Place your hands, hold the earth. Side body long. Shoulders on back, thighs back, and with your toes curled under and having that fine curve in that low back, pull the low belly in and push your hips back and back. Spread the toes wide, widen the pelvis, pull the belly in, big breath here. Push the heels towards the ground. As you inhale, take your left foot between your thumbs, turn your back foot down at a 45-degree angle. Take the hands to the inside of the front legs. Tone the legs to the midline and move the inner thighs back and apart. Lift the right kneecap and make sure that that right thigh bone is somewhat in line with the front of that back ankle. Pull the belly in and then bend in deep and move to your fingertips just so you can really get the shoulders on the back, side body long. Shoulder blades on the back. Release the neck. Bend in deep and everybody look at your left leg. Make sure that that inner knee is moving forward and that you have the knee directly over the second and third toe. And if it's not, maybe your hands need to come a little bit closer to your front leg. Breathe. Bend in. One more breath here. Now bring your hands closer to your front thigh. Move your left toes forward and then your right toes out. Again, same thing. Squeeze to the center. Thighs back and apart. Pull the belly in. Bend into that front knee. Move the fingers forward. Lift the left kneecap. Keep widening the pelvis. Keep toning the butt. There's all these actions. So many opposing actions. Right? And isn't that life? I have to do this, but I have to do this as well. All the things. Big breath here. Now inhale, look up with the breath. Move your hands more closer to you. Move your hands all the way towards the front of the mat and hop switch the legs. Hop switch the legs again. Hop switch the legs again. And hop switch the legs again. Move forward, Uttanasana. Building some heat in our little monkey hops. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, stand up, stretch to the sky. Okay, interlace the fingers, turn the palms up, thighs back, their kneecap, ribs back, shoulders back, ears back, stretch up and out. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, starting to sweat, arms up to the sky. I feel like I've been there. Holy. Exhale, forward fold. Start to sweat for me. Look up at the breath. Fingertips down, move your left foot back. Bend into your front knee. And then bring your hands up to the front leg. And we continue the action. Spread the toes. Widen the pelvis. Pull the belly in. Bend into the right knee. Bring yourself upright. Bend in. Big breath. Beautiful. Put your hands down to the ground. Drop the left knee. Bring the left hand to the wood floor and turn the right toes out. Now, if your quadriceps are a bit more tight, you can take your block or a book or anything that you might have and bring your left hand up to your block and turn the belly open. This will give you more height. Bend the back knee and grab the outer edge of the foot. Stick the butt out. Pull the belly in. Pull the chest up and out. Breathe. Press down. Widen the pelvis. Pull up and in. Pull the chest out. Notice everything. Big breath here. Now release that foot. Turn the right toes forward. Straighten the right leg. I did this last week and I know nobody likes it. It's okay. Now, please, some of us might need to come up to some books. I forgot to have you get props. I'm so sorry. So some books, some blocks, or maybe you just stay up here, right, to your front thigh. So squeeze in, widen the pelvis. So we come into Ardha Hanuman, pull the belly in, push the right leg straight, tone the butt. Look at my curve. This is, I'm very flexible. I could just like fold in half, but I lose my curve, right? So trying to get that curve, moves, and it makes everything much more intense. Move the inner thighs back, pull the belly in. Good. This is just a little stop off to find good position. So take your blocks or your hands over to the right. You put either the left hand on the outside of the left shin, but just keep that curve, maybe back out if you can. Right hand to the hip, big breath, and then twist to the right. Maybe like right hand can go to the sky. If you're more upright, maybe you're here. I'm sure you'll still feel the IT bands, tensor fascial lata stretch. Spread the toes wide, big breath here. Very nice. Put your hands down, frame your front foot. Put the right foot down and simply switch. Squeeze in. We activate the muscles of the legs, right? Put your hand on your front thigh. Get the curve. High on the ball of the back. Pull the low belly in. Pull the ribs in. Stand up straight. Bend into the knee. Reach the arms up. Keep widening. Keep breathing. One pointed focus. Lift the back kneecap wide and the pelvis. Pull the ribs down. Another breath. Okay. Hands down. Put your back knee down. Move either your block or your hand to the floor to the right of your mat. Turn your left toes out. Turn the belly open and try to get the shoulder on the back. And notice like I'm going slow because Hanuman does not just move quickly. He moves with intention and awareness. Right? So bend your back knee. Put your hands to the outside. And I'm sure all of you have heard all my directions again and again. Thighs back. Pull belly in and up. Pull the chest up. But we do this, right? Because it focuses the mind. When we focus our mind, it helps to train the mind to not become so wild and rampant, even though we cannot help it. Sometimes I look at my thoughts and I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Big breath in, pull the chest up and out. Very nice. Now release the foot. Turn the left toes forward. Okay, prepare your blocks or your props, whatever you have, and straighten the left leg. Fine, you can come up here too. That's okay. Just make sure you're not hyperextending the knee, right? So just keep that micro bend if you have your hands on your front thigh. Move the thighs back and apart. Pull the belly in. Big breath. And so like I'll come down maybe a little bit, but I feel it. I feel the hamstring stretch up here because I'm widening my pelvis. Pull the belly in. Big breath. We're gonna get that leg of yours.
But it bends on purpose because of the attachment. Like otherwise I'll feel it there, but I don't like pressing my heel. Because it's gonna be forever. Oh my God, it's my whole life.
Okay, big breath here.
Really excited about that, guys.
Big breath after this is over. Big breath. Inhale. And now lift the chest. Left hand. Come over to the left side. Right hand to the outside of the feet. So right now I have both blocks and that's okay. Right? We're taking our time. Widening. Pull the belly in. Lift the chest up. Keep the curve. Twist to the left. You can take your left hand to the sky, but it's not necessary. Be focused with intention and awareness. Big breath. Beautiful. Come out of that. Hop switch the legs. Move back, downward facing dog. Very nice. Inhale, move forward, drop the knees. Take your left foot back behind you, bend the knee, right? take the heel up to the butt, towards the sky, right? And just kind of notice what that does. Usually activates the glute muscle. Take your right hand and reach back for the inner edge of that ankle. Push the foot to the sky. Lift the chest. Big breath here. Release the hand. Release the foot. Excellent. Right leg to the sky. Push up. Activate the glute muscles. You can even turn the inner right thigh higher. Left hand to the inside of that ankle. Push the foot to the sky. Keep the low belly in so you don't have back pain. Right? Hanuman is definitely a back bend position. Big breath here. Hanumanasana. Release. Feet down. Okay. So some of us might need a block or a blanket or 2 blocks, or something that you can sit on, maybe a hard pillow. Put the block either under your butt. Now, very important that when you do Virasana, that you keep the shin and the ankle pulling into the midline, right? So that's it. And when you do, you spread your pinky toes wide. That helps more of a midline. And now, if it's easy for you, you can sit in between the legs. That's okay. Only if your sit bones go to the ground, no floating butt. Now, bring your fingertips back, lift the chest, but keep the ribs strong. Release the left leg. And then we're gonna fascia blast our right thigh for a second. So take the left heel to the top of the quadricep, and I bet you, yeah, and just massage out whatever you can. You can even use your hand to like help you use it as a tool. Yeah, I bet you April has very tight quads right now. I started doing those squats yesterday. I'm gonna do those today. Those jumping squats are great.
Is this a challenge? A push-up challenge?
I think so. I'm not sure.
All right.
We'll have to ask her. Okay, put that down. And then can you bring it back? You might have to come up a bit. Readjust yourself. Hug the ankles in. Get your curve. Sit back. How'd that feel? Was that okay? Yes. Really.
They're all.
Bring it back.
Just kidding.
Undo the right. Yeah. And then use your right heel on top of your left quadricep. Oh yeah, that's nice.
And this one I don't mind as much as the calf one.
Oh
The
yeah.
calf one's real intense.
Yeah. I think for most people. Right now I'm just kind of looking to get any tension out of the quadricep because this will help to open us up a bit more. Looking to open up all the parts of our being. Beautiful. All right. Now take yourself back up and then widen the feet again, hug the ankles in, find the curve. Now you might be on the block or not. You could be on a blanket. You can even fold up the blanket like Ashley's doing and put it underneath your tush because she doesn't need as our blocks are real big. So
And I love them. I love them.
Big blocks. So you will start, maybe you'll be here, finding this curve in the low back, right? Keep the ankles hugging in. If you can, perhaps you come to your forearms, keep the ribs soft. Maybe you come all the way to your back and take your hands above your head. Big breath here. Now, wherever you're at, see if you can undo your right foot. So put your right foot onto the ground. So yeah, there you go. You'll do. So Ashley's doing a modification. And see if you can pull your right knee in towards your chest. So it'll look like this if you're up. Yeah. Yeah.
This is it right here.
This is it. Okay, so now for some of us, not all of us, you can grab the outer edge of the foot and maybe bring it into half of a happy baby. And maybe if you're upright, see if you can do it. See what happens. You'll have to use your right hand.
Well, I might go need tower over.
Is that okay for you?
Yeah.
Feel it in the hips?
Feel it everywhere.
Big breath. Yeah, this is a very intense pose. It's okay. Okay, take the foot, bring it down, bring yourself up, readjust yourself. Back to Virasana, because we gotta do it on the other side. All right, and you can start to come down to the elbows, right? You can do this from the elbows. Right. Take a moment in Virasana first. Then undo the left foot, the whole sole of the left foot down. Keep the belly strong. So notice I do have an intense curve in my low back and my whole back, but that's okay. Just keep the low belly in. This is the nature of the pose. Remember, bring the left knee in. Every pose is either cat, cow, neutral spine. Yeah, that's what you're gonna find in the spectrum of poses. Right now I'm in this cat pose, or cow pose, sorry, that back bend. Okay, take it into half of a happy baby. Keep breathing. Push the big toe ball out. Very nice.
Your stomach growing.
Is that your stomach?
Yeah.
You're really good. Come up. Please be careful. Come onto your hands and knees. Stand up. Take a forward fold. All right. Forward fold. If some of you are like, what the hell just happened? It's okay. Relax your head and your head. That's it, your head and your head.
Yeah, both of them.
Your head, both your heads. Inhale. Look up with the breath. Hold in, exhale. Okay, take your right foot back behind you. Put your back heel down at a 45-degree angle. Going back to Vira 1, Virasana 1. Put your hand back on that front thigh. Move and widen the pelvis. And I can feel already from that first Virasana I did, holy moly, what a difference. Widen the pelvis, pull the belly in, come upright, bend into that left knee, and the arms can move up. Okay, so we'll add a little more devotion, humble warrior, because if Hanuman is not anything but a humble warrior. Take a deep breath, side body long, shoulders on back. You can extend the arms, lift the chest, and bow. Bring the tips of the shoulder blades toward the spine, and then let the hands come more overhead. Great. Head to big toe pose. Kiss your ankle if possible. Okay. Now look up. Put your hands back on your thigh. Shorten your stance. Widen the feet if need be. Make sure your feet are about hip distance apart. And I'll even turn my right toes more forward here because it's nicer on that back knee. Lift the kneecap. So check it out. We probably are not going to come all the way to the ground. Put your right hand on your low back. Start to come forward and only come forward as far as you can come. And just pause for a second, right? Squeeze the legs, widen the pelvis, pull the low belly in, and maybe you come down a little bit further, but lift the kneecaps of both legs. Widen the pelvis. I feel a pretty intense hamstring opening here. Really get your butt tone. Everybody's make your butt real tone.
I have to feel it.
Yeah, obviously like this.
Oh
yeah, that's
Are you doing it?
That's good. Yeah, we're not using our hands to support us right now. We're just kind of letting the hands. We're using core. Big breath. Okay. Now bend into that front knee. Put your hands down. Come forward. I realized I was really mean on Sunday, and I made us do 3 poses in a row with that one. It's hard. Take your left foot back. Put your left foot down at a 45-degree angle, and put your hands on your front knee. And again, just notice the difference in size. Make your legs strong. Widening the pelvis, turning especially that inner left thigh up. Pull the belly in, pull your chest up and out, bend into the front knee. Now arms go up for a moment. Put your hands back behind your back. Interlace the weird finger on top. Side body long, shoulders on back. Extend the arms, lift the chest. Come forward. Keep breathing. Keep widening. Big breath. Then look up. Bring your hands back to your front thigh. Shorten the stance. Straighten the right leg. Okay, come up. Widen the feet if needed. Then move the inner thighs back apart. Pull the belly in. Tone your butt a lot. Come forward. Right? The key here is to really tone the butt. Keep widening the pelvis. Pull the belly in. And just start to come forward. You can put your hand on your low back to make sure you keep that curve. Woo-wee. It's intense, isn't it?
I like it.
Big breath. Yeah, I like it too. Keep widening. One more inhale here. Okay. Bend the knee. Put your hand down. Come forward. Uttanasana. Woo-wee. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hold it. Stand up for a nice little reset. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hold it. Look up with the breath. Step your right foot back. Drop your back knee, keep your hands to the inside of your front leg. So here, I want to prepare us for Ekapada Kundinyasana. All right. So put your hands, your forearms down onto the ground. Just getting in here. And nice and powerful. Now, if you can't get your forearms on the ground, nice modification that Ashley has with her forearms in either a book or blocks. Lift your back knee. And again, the action of this pose, right, is that the inner thighs move back. Right, and that's what gives you the lift, that and coming forward. So come up to the hands. Make sure you don't have a lot of crap around you. Take away. Now I'm going to do this front on. So here, lower yourself, put your hands on the outside of your left ankle. Lift the chest, come forward, tiptoe the toes forward. Now you can put a little bend in the left knee, but you're gonna have a little more pliability in that left hamstring. You're gonna lean forward, and then the inner thigh, the inner right thigh moves up and over to the left. Okay, and then you can move back chaturanga. See how that went? Okay, let's try it. So put your hands down on the inside of your legs. Yeah, I can see you guys. Right, lift the back knee. Lean your left shoulder underneath your left leg. Put your left hand on the outside. Now look forward. Pull your chest forward. Keep leaning forward and heel toe that left toes all the way forward. Maybe the foot goes out to the side. Keep leaning in and then bend the elbows. Yeah, there it is. And then chaturanga. That's nice. Down dog. Very good. Let's see the other side.
Yeah. Yep.
Right foot forward.
Oh, you mean now?
All right, so I won't do the demo again. We know it's coming. On your forearms, thighs back, belly back. Lift the back knee. Put your right hand on the outside of that right foot. Widen the pelvis, pull the belly in. Now, heel toe, the right toes forward, keep coming forward, and then the inner left thigh moves up to the sky, over to the right, and then chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Come up to the tippy toes, bend your knees, hop, step, walk, press mat, pull, pull. Look up with the breath. Widen the pelvis. Exhale, hold it with the breath. Stand up. Stretch up. Hands to heart center. Feel the devotion. I don't know what that means. Okay, put your hands down.
It's right here.
Feel that, yeah. It's good.
Pulsating.
Now, friends, have a couple of blocks. If you haven't been having any blocks, or something that you might be able to use is like to hold you up. And if you have nothing, that's okay. Grab what you can. Perfect. Yeah, we're just gonna come back. Okay, we're gonna go right into that. So inhale, arms move up. Exhale, forward fold. Look up with the breath. Step your left foot back. Take your hands now. You know what? Take your hands to the inside. I'll just mirror you guys here, or I'll just go to the inside so you see what I'm doing. Take your hands to the inside of your body, right? Inside of your legs, right? To the left. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's it. That's what I got.
Well, you heard me much harder.
Yeah. Simple. Right. So widen the pelvis. So if you see like how much I'm exaggerating and like sticking my butt out, widen. Pull the belly in, then square off a bit. Okay, now let's do that again. So widen the pelvis, and then this time straighten the right leg. Okay, keep the toes, and I don't know if you guys can see my toes, but they're like really working. So widening, pull the belly in, and I'm at an angle here, and that's okay. All right, widen the pelvis. Now move your left knee back just a bit. High. Yeah.
I know what we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm on.
Oh, thighs back. Belly in, move your left knee back a bit. Okay, now square yourself off. Okay. All right, widen the pelvis. And then maybe the knee moves back again. It helps me to come to the inside of my legs. Get that space, keep the butt toned, pull the belly in, square off, then move the knee back again. Oh, there it is. All right, put a little bend in the right knee. Thighs back. Widening the pelvis, pull the belly in. And then when you feel like you're at it, just push that right leg towards straight. If you want, the hands can go up. If you don't do it. Good. Put your left knee closer to you. Put your right foot down. Sit down on your knees. Pause. Feel it. And right now the inside of my thighs are like shaking. Good. Especially when we do like so much action, right? So much connection, then we get really protected in our muscles and our ligaments and our tendons, and our body releases. That's it, shaking. It's activating things and shaking and releasing. There's such good actions happening. So take your left foot forward now. Put your hands, and we start off at kind of a funky angle, and that's okay. Squeeze in, widen the pelvis, pull the belly in, and then pause. We'll do that again. So squeeze, widening the pelvis, pull belly in, this time straighten the left leg. Yeah, and do keep a little, I meant to say that earlier, do keep a little micro bend in that left knee. Widening, pull belly in. Now this time, bring your right knee back a bit. Good, widen, keep the butt toned, pull the right knee back, more. Square off. And with the action, you can still come back to the inside. It helps to get in there. Pull belly in, pull it back. Keep the belly really toned. Keep the butt really toned. One more time. Thighs back. Move that back knee back. Keep a little micro bend in the left knee. And then when you're ready, the legs can go straight. Work that in there much better. Arms can go up. Breathe. I know it's hard to stay in. Nice, guys. Okay, bring that back knee forward. Whee. Sit down. Close your eyes. Bring intention and awareness inward. Devotion. Please grab a blanket or a blanket. Everybody please sit on a blanket or a block. If you, and what I want you to really pay attention to is when you sit down, that you still have this curve in the back. If you do not, well then please reassess. And even, you know what we'll do is we'll make the blanket into thirds like this. Change my mind, okay, because we're gonna do Virasana, the other way didn't work, right? So sit in Virasana, right, but still having this nice curve. Mm-hmm. And maybe I'll do this, we can do this facing the screen here, Ash, if you want, since this is all gonna be frontward now.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So now we're just gonna, my dog, he just like goes in circles, circles, circles. Doesn't do anything except jacks up the blankets, and then he's like, perfect. I'm like, okay, live your best life, bro. So put your right foot into your asana, and please do have this ankle hugging in. If this bothers your knee, stay with the foot in Janu Shirshasana style. That's absolutely okay. Take your hand, okay? So get curious. Take your hand, inner thighs. Here's another Hanuman pose. Pull the belly in. Push the knee back, just like we were in Virasana, except it's going to be less hard. Right?
Yeah, this isn't hard. This is hard.
Okay. I like to do the hard things first. On Thursdays, we'll straighten the leg on that pose. Okay, so spread the toes and then push the leg towards straight. This might not happen for some of us. Might be here, bent knee, right? So you might be like that, and that's okay. Maybe you can grab the backs of the legs. But wherever you're at, leg is straight or bent. Okay. Upper back moves in, low back moves in. If you want a little bit deeper, take your right wrist, extend. This is the Ashtanga. Thighs back. Push the leg straight. Belly in. Maybe you come a little closer. Keep the curve. Another breath. Lift the kneecap. Good. Bend the knee. Put the foot back. Virasana. Virasana. Oh, yeah. Nice. Take your foot. Find the curve. Belly in. Ankle in. Bring the foot forward. Bend the knee back. Okay. Bring the foot forward. Bring the foot up. Might be here. Might not even, no, could be wherever it is. If you want more, grab your left wrist. Stand the leg. Side body long, shoulders on back, head closer to shin. Big breath here. Beautiful. Release the foot. Please move onto your backs. You know what? Yeah, I think you're okay. You need to stand up. Do you guys want to stand up? Do you feel that? I don't feel that.
I don't want
No. Come onto your backs. You're good.
no standing up.
No standing. All right. So for our final pose, do watch me for a second, just in case you can't see. I love this pose. It's reverse Paschimottanasana. So you put your hands down. So it's not plow pose. Plow pose is where you're on the shoulders. This or just on the top here. But for this, bring your feet behind you. Keep the shoulders on the ground. Take your hands to your feet and try to get the shoulders onto the ground. Bend the elbows. So it's a reverse forward fold. Okay.
You want us to start with legs up?
Yeah. So legs up, put your fingers down, bring the feet back, catch your feet. You have to use some core work here. It's kind of fun. I'll watch you all. That's not quite, yeah, it's kind of hard. It's balancy, isn't it? You might not go all the way down. That's okay. Big breath here. And when you're ready, use your muscles of your bellies, release the hands, and try to use the muscles of the belly to release the legs all the way down to the ground. Close your eyes, turn your palms up. Sorry about that. Allow yourself to soften
Close your eyes. Have yourself notice. So start to deepen your breath. Wiggle the fingers and toes and stretch yourself out. Reach out. Your knees into your belly, give yourself a big. Then when you're ready, rock yourself all the way up to seated, keeping your eyes closed. We'll bring our hands to heart center. We sing, chant Om together.
To end our practice. And remember, Om is yes, the granting of the heart's desire, the great pranava. May that all the challenges we encounter only strengthen us. It will only be just enough that we need to learn the lessons we need to learn. May we have that courageous heart to guide us through. A big breath together. Jai Hanuman. Thank you.
I'm facing the wall.
I
I was like, oh.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Here, come unmute you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Mwah.
Thank you.
You're all wonderful. Oh, look at your doggy. Oh yeah, let's see all the dogs. Ashley's doing a nice gentle yumminess. Oh, what a cute dog. Oh. I saw that your dog April came and licked Ben in the face during Shavasana.
Yeah. Startling.
She was like, I'm gonna take this opportunity. You're laying down.
Yeah.
You're in my area.
Right.
All right, guys. I love you all. Have a beautiful day,
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 And meeting.
Oh.
There we
Oh.
go. Gotta stop this.
Okay, wait. Isn't it over?
Stop.
Wait.